We're live, baby.
Oh, we are. Good morning. It's
Happy
Todd.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Todd and Erin morning stream here on GetBartDaily.com.
Okay.
And you look all discombobulated.
It's the me look.
Your hair is all flowing and nice, though.
It's weird. Okay. You know, I need a haircut, but first I need to grow more hair. Then I need to cut it.
Oh, I see your existential dilemma.
Shaun White yesterday. Olympics.
Oh, my gosh.
So third Olympics, right? First of all, holy mackerel. Had a bad injury earlier this year. Went through the whole process. Does the half pike. Screams on it and wins. But the funny, so he gets a gold medal, third, right? And it was
Third
also
Olympics in a row, third gold medal, right?
yeah, and it was also the 100th medal ever won by the United States.
That's it?
Yeah. Before they used to give him cake or something.
That was it, really? Because this has been going since the early 1900s.
That's what they said.
Or was that the 100th gold medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go with that.
That had to be, because that can't be right otherwise. You know the fun thing? He says he's going to retire now from
Oh, no.
snowboarding. And he goes, skateboarding is now going to be an Olympic sport in the next Summer Olympics. I'm just going to move over.
And that's where he started. So it's anyway.
Little rat thing. Let's go to the morning mountain cam.
Okay. This is pretty this morning. Check this out.
Brought to you by Brio Technologies.
Look at.
Wow, that is pretty. You're experts in lighting, sound, and video. You can go to brioaudiovisual.com. That is gorgeous today.
Let me tell you the difference with Shaun White from 2 Olympics ago to yesterday. When he first won for the very first time, he was like, "Dude, that was unbelievable! F-bomb! I can't believe it! F-bomb! People are going F-bomb." Here he was yesterday. By keeping my focus on what my goals were and to achieve them, what I believe is my inner spirit, and it was just hilarious.
That is epic. Oh my gosh.
I was just dying.
That is so perfect.
Daisy. Oh, we should do this. Hang on one second. Daisy's out here.
Is this the daisy cam?
Yeah, this is the daisy cam because
Well, this goes into the whole flower thing, so this is
this
perfect.
goes out to all men everywhere.
Aww.
Okay, I'm coming in here. Oh my gosh, look at you. Oh my gosh. And who did that for you?
My lovely husband.
Oh, he owes me now. You know that, right? Because I showed him off. Right?
I know, it makes her the most adored wife this morning. That's
Right.
so sweet.
Should we get down to our Valentine's Day?
By the way, we were doing our rose watch, and I went by and checked. Smith's is $19.99 for a dozen. Trader Joe's is still $9.99.
You're so nice.
The trick of getting them. And then, of course, there's always Costco. They're also $19.99, but they're the massive ones. So just in case you guys are going roses today, you know where to go.
All right. Or women. Let's
Do you
not
like
be
giving
sexist.
flowers? I've given you flowers many times.
Yeah.
Do you get the same buzz, or is like, oh, that's really nice? Like, I get excited every time I look at them because I go, look how beautiful they are. It's like we're fancy people.
What?
Do you get that too, or is it more like, well, that was nice of you?
I'm the romantic one.
I can't even say anything. It's true.
I'm the rose petals up the stairs kind of thing, even though our bedroom's in the basement. So basically, that's kind of the way it works in our house. No, you're very sweet and you're very caring, and lemon bars are awesome. Christmas and my birthday, which are awesome. What's the weirdest thing I've ever done for you?
Oh, I can tell you already. It was the treasure map for our Valentine's Day dinner.
That's right.
And he left all of these hostage ransom notes around the house, and I'm like collecting them and reading them and going, and keep going. And I finally go, and I'm looking, and I'm holding this big sheaf of paper to my chest going, what am I looking for?
Help me, I've been
And
kidnapped.
there's these 4 lobsters sitting on a shelf at eye level, and I'm like, oh my God.
They're alive.
All I can think is, I'm so glad lobsters don't fly. Because, literally right here, like, yeah, that was beautiful. In a
Sorry,
really
guys.
creepy, uncomfortable way.
Sorry to make you look like. Let's exchange our presents.
All right, what do you have for me?
When
Excuse
I
me,
found
my
this,
horrible voice again.
I was so happy when I found this for you, because you search for the right thing.
Just the right thing, I know.
You spend the time online. Stirring memories, it says. There you go.
Stirring memories.
Stirring memories.
Oh, you got me a spoon.
I got you a spoon.
And it says, I choose you. Can you put that up on the close-up so everyone can see the I choose you?
The only problem is with this.
Yeah, that's an I choose you for sure.
Yeah.
Nice angle.
The only thing I don't understand is what do you chew off a spoon?
You can't get I choose you on a fork. They had to pick their medium, okay?
You're right. They better safe sticking with the spoon, I guess.
Yeah, it's beautiful though.
There you go. Well, there you go.
Beautiful. Okay, and I worked really hard on this. I think you're going to really enjoy this because you're always complaining about grooming.
Right.
And you feel like you should be doing more like manscaping and products now that you're,
right.
trying to get yourself back in hot shape again. Although
back in hot shape. Did you hear the word back in hot shape?
You didn't let me finish my sentence.
Okay, good.
That's what you say. I've always thought you were still incredibly yummy.
Nice save. Okay.
No, I actually think you're yummy.
Okay.
Admit it before I give it to you.
Yeah, I'm yummy.
It's not like a TV dinner. You don't have to like pop it open like that.
Oh, very nice. Oh, look. It's a wood box.
Because you're a man, because it's wooden.
Yeah, so it's manly.
Can you move over to the iPad cam again so they can see the awesome?
Well, so right there. See, I got loofahs, not loofahs, but those things, and
It's in a heart shape.
Is this a bath bomb?
Yes, even boys like bath bombs. And then look at the little mustache things.
And then mustache things. Oh, I got a mustache. Why do I have
it's
a mustache?
It's a mustache nail file.
Well, that makes all the difference. That's just incredible. Thank you so much. And that pretty much wraps up Valentine's Day for us. We have...
Because everything else will now be devoted to our children.
No, it's because she's sick. And I'm just getting over the crud that it's going around. And so we have something in our relationship of a lot of years of doing something we call do-overs. A lot of people do this.
That's made a huge difference.
So you have a birthday, the kid's wigging out, you don't have, it just falls apart, and you just look at each other and you go, give up, do-over.
We've had New Year's Eve do-overs. We've had Valentine's Day.
You can't just pass over that. That is one of the most difficult do-overs there is because usually tons of people are involved. And to get them to come back the next night is really difficult. But we were at Lake Powell on New Year's, January 1st.
Oh, yeah, that was so fun.
And we were alone. And things just... So... She woke up in the morning.
It was that Mel Gibson movie. It depressed us.
It was Patriot for some reason.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know
it was totally
why.
depressing.
Something about the kids and hurting kids and stuff. Anyway, so I wrote her a note, and when she woke up, next to her pillow was the note. And it said, was that our first do-over?
I think so.
And I said, you know what? That sucked last night. Let's do this over again. And there were some fireworks, and I put fireworks on it and stuff like that. And then we had our second New Year's, which worked out great. So we're thinking doing over May.
Probably, yeah, by then.
July early.
Because I have to go back to Zoe's school today and do the Valentine's breakfast. And so I'm sure there's some new pathogen that I haven't picked up from her class yet that I will be getting today.
Give it back to him. Seriously.
Revenge on a 6-year-old seems so mean-spirited, but
it should happen.
Probably,
It should happen. There's a thing. Is this a local story about dancing?
This is, okay.
Because at first when I heard it, I went, oh, well, come on. And then I went, oh, wait, come on.
No, this is hysterical. I mean, come on.
I don't think it's funny.
Really?
Go ahead.
Catonsville Elementary in West Haven addressed a recent controversy stemming from the school's long-standing tradition of hosting a 6th grade Valentine's Day dance where students are not allowed to decline an invitation to dance. Now, to me, this seems pretty clear. That there's a lot of little boys like, I don't want to dance, I'm not going to dance with you. And then there's always kids who are not popular who might work up the courage to come and go, would you dance? And they go, no.
No question.
And so they're basically saying we would like everybody to dance. And it's 6th grade. It's not like you're going to be like, getting jiggy with it or anything, okay? You're just hopping up and down.
Right.
And they said, we started this as a thing of inclusiveness that everybody felt comfortable.
I understand that.
So they could all go out and dance.
That sounds great. My question, which I just forgot. Is this a Sadie Hawkins Day dance where the women get to the girls?
No, I think they just
guys.
squish all the sweaty little 6th graders in the cafeteria and they put on some music.
So they couldn't do a line where they had go down and they had like Soul Train or.
They had to issue a statement on Tuesday addressing the concerns raised by parents in the community. Students who choose to participate in the Valentine's Day dance, participation is optional, are taught different styles of dancing prior to the event, which I think is actually kind of cute. And they're trying to introduce these kids into proper etiquette. What is expected of them if they choose to participate. So they're basically trying to civilize these little monkeys. They're then given a dance card that contains a number of lines. Oh, that's adorable. That's like the old-fashioned Victorian thing where they have the dance card.
Yeah.
You probably didn't remember, but I read a lot of Victorian stupid romances. But you wear the long gloves, and then you have a little card that attaches with a ribbon to your wrist. And you write down the name.
If found, please return to.
On the dance card of each man. It's like, this is on my dance card. So you know which gentleman will be next on your dance card. And so they write down names of classmates they would like to dance with. Half are girls' choice and half are boys' choice. And then the students are told that if a classmate asks to be on their card, that they should be polite and respectful and agree to dance with that person. This applies to all students regardless of gender. They say the only reason we did this was to encourage more interaction.
I can see that.
And an atmosphere of inclusivity. Now, this is the thing, though. Some parents said learning to deal with rejection is a natural part of socialization, and enforcing inclusivity on children gives them unrealistic or dangerous expectations. Really?
That's not my point.
Having somebody write your name on the line of a card and say, okay, I'll dance with you, is going to force your children into a passive role for the rest of their lives.
Right. That's not my point.
So basically, we're on opposite sides of the fence on this.
Not really, because the only thing I thought of, and the question would be, could you do this, and would this be appropriate in junior high? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Would this be appropriate when you're in 6th grade?
Yes. There's a powerful social shift that goes between 6th grade and junior high school.
Right.
Part of it is more you're into the adolescence. There's different behaviors, things. But 6th grade, this is teaching them to be grown-ups and how to dance and how to. It's a completely different thing.
6 months ago, I would just go, oh, the parents who don't like this are jerks. I seriously would. We have a daughter. With the Me Too thing. Just think about this. Just think about, and I know this is probably way out on the end, and I know you're thinking, Todd, you're romantic, but you're an idiot. And I'm okay with that. But think about the way I heard it was they couldn't say no. Does that make any sense, or am I just crazy, man?
Well, what they're saying, I guess.
Is that pulling it way out there?
I'm sure that if someone melted down and said, I can't do this with this person, he's a bully, they would say, okay, you can go sit this one out.
Giving the women,
or same thing with the girl,
a choice.
Well, how about the boys, too? You've seen Zoe tackle kids at our school.
She's horrible.
Zoe's rough. She'll leg wrestle the crap out of your son. I'm really sorry. Dating's going to be troubling.
I blame her mother.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But the point is, no, in 6th grade, the difference in gender roles is very different than it is in junior high school.
Maybe I'm just being way out there. I'm just really
6th grade, it's
sensitive to what's been going on, and it starts someplace, and you send the hate mail. I love you.
No, and
I'm being too sensitive then.
I appreciate your sensitivity, and I understand it, but I do think, and I think your single best question you asked is, would you do this in junior high or high school? And the question is absolutely not.
Then?
Because there's a really powerful shift right there in sociology and sexuality and all the other things with kids.
At 1 grade?
Yeah. Adolescence is a very big marker.
Isn't it an individual thing?
Well, yeah, but nonetheless, this is the socialization.
Now we're going to fight on Valentine's Day.
No, but it goes back to the thing that they were basically trying to teach them to be young ladies and gentlemen, and they learn how to dance, and they learn etiquette.
This is true.
And
Did you go to dance lessons?
Oh, yes.
And did you go in church? You went to church? I went in my church back east, yes.
No, I started dance lessons when I was like 5, but we did have the horrible co-ed obligatory dances that we did in 7th and 8th grade. Yes. And basically, you lined up by height, and it was really weird. Yeah,
the master race, very nice.
They lined everybody up by height, and then you went to the same matching sort of height, and we learned ballroom dance and stuff like that.
Which came in handy.
We all hated it
until you met me.
Precisely. You're the only man who's ever known how to ballroom dance that I've dated. So, yeah, pretty much that was it. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
So, I don't know. Am I
Thanks
wrong?
for all the preparation.
Carolyn, I appreciate that. I'm just looking at Facebook right now and what everybody's saying. She's saying that she would just encourage her daughter not to go to it because she felt like it was weird.
Just off the top. It's creepy.
And Carly said that Carly said that my son has Asperger's and he's not as very clear about social cues.
Right.
But she said I would appreciate something like this because he would be given.
That's true.
He would be given clear, defined understanding of behavior. And she said this would go a long way towards making him feel more included because he often feels like he's bullied or excluded at school. So
good point.
That's another thought.
Good point. Because I was just thinking girls. I was just thinking the girl side and the guy side. You're absolutely correct.
Because believe me, there were boys that were like, I'm not dancing with Erin in
Right.
7th grade, and they made them go sit out, and I'm standing here going, this is the most embarrassing moment
Their
of my
loss,
life.
my win.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Valentine's Day is
So I
over.
don't know. It's interesting. I'm not sure.
All right. The lawmakers are busy on the Hill, aren't they?
This is a different kind of Valentine's Day. Sexual entrapment has Utah legislators on high alert.
They're not. Okay. Oh, I almost said
This is
something
the actual headline.
Go ahead.
Senate President Wayne Niederhauser said Friday that law enforcement is investigating what he called a possible case of entrapment.
How so?
After a state senator was approached at his hotel by a woman claiming to be his date.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully everyone is thinking twice about wandering off alone and making sure they have somebody with him, the senator said.
Was he?
He said the buddy system is good to stay out of trouble. So you should be walking around with another state senator like missionaries to make sure that. Well, here's the deal.
That's the blind leading the blind.
Well, here's the deal. She didn't actually approach him. Apparently, she went up to the in the lobby of Little America and claimed to be his date and asked at the counter what at the front desk which room he had, and they said, of course, no, we're not going to tell you that.
Right.
And after that, he apparently changed rooms as a safety precaution.
Right. Well, look at him. Look, he's a hunk.
Well, yeah, he is. And it's very strange.
Okay, so let me get this all straight. So he's in the hotel. A woman he does not know walks in, says that she is his date, and what room does he stay in so she can go see him.
Yeah.
Now, he is suggesting at this point that everyone buddy up like you do when you go swimming in Boy Scouts and you get a little tag, and then you go out into public, and then when you come back, you're all good. It's a safety issue.
Okay, because you might get a cramp if you wait too soon.
You really should wait an hour and a half before dating after you
going
eat.
into a sexual entrapment situation.
Right.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows that.
In their defense, I will give them this. There was a story that just appeared that former Representative John Stainerd from St. George hired a prostitute twice last year and entertained the escort in his taxpayer-funded hotel room.
Thank you. You're
welcome. He resigned from the legislature on Tuesday, saying that he needed to spend more time with his family and friends.
Right, so they can hate him more.
And has not yet addressed the allegations. So now they're talking about getting reimbursement for all the hotel costs paid for by the state. So
I'm here with my family so that I can embarrass them more.
They're like, no, Dad, we don't want to spend any more time with you.
Oh my gosh.
So I can see where they would be.
Well, look.
Perhaps more paranoid because of that.
Look what Washington. I mean, they didn't need buddy system. They need chaperones to stop them from doing what they were doing.
So I find it funnier probably than I should. Let me just put it that way. I'm probably. Did you hear that yesterday? By the way,
the Big Bang Theory.
The boom thing. Did you hear it?
The boom. No,
boom.
I don't. What time?
Well, they heard it several different times. They had a ton of different tweets about it on Facebook. People in Harriman, Tooele, West Valley City, Sandy, South Jordan. So it was really more on the west side of the valley.
Yes.
But, I mean, tons of explosive noise. And this is now a shockwave is basically a sonic boom, and that's when the jet re-enters from...
If it's a jet, yes.
From what speed do you have to be to when you get to a sonic boom?
Stinking fast.
Okay, good. Well, that's good, too. Oh, the shockwave caused from an aircraft traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Correct.
Hill Air Force Base says it was them. They were doing some training. They said, sorry, didn't mean to freak anybody out. So if you heard it, there were no weird explosions, because that was people's question. Is there something in the West Desert? Is somebody exploding something we didn't know about?
No, public. It's just us. Hill Field. Go back to sleep.
It's a test training exercise.
When they used to do artillery, they still do, out west, the shockwave would come across the valley and hit the avenues, and your windows would do this.
It was awesome. They would bulge.
And you were like, what is that? And it was over the Oakers, someplace else. I thought
it was fun.
Cool.
I know.
Anyway, it's a guy thing.
All right, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom along with her beautiful flowers from her husband, Jay. She is brought to you by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day there on 12th Street in Ogden. Also, Denali Performance Clinic. Now, by the way, if you want to go in here, these are the people that can heal all the sports injuries, all the joint pains, the migraines, and they can do it without opioids. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Good time to get your furnace checked to make sure you're saving all the money you can on energy bills. AllUtahPlumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Here's what's making news on Wednesday, February 14th on GephartDaily.com. West Valley City Police officials are continuing their investigation this morning after Tuesday afternoon shootings that left one male dead and 2 others hospitalized. The shooting began about 4:15 near 3500 West Parkway Boulevard. Neighbors reported hearing 5 to 8 shots, and when they stopped, one male was dead and 2 were injured. Police did not immediately release the names or ages of the victims. The shooting took place near an apartment complex, so police expected to be interviewing potential witnesses well into the night. And South Salt Lake police were dealing with another shooting at almost exactly the same time, just after 4 p.m. on Tuesday. According to Gary Keller, South Salt Lake police spokesman, a teenager believed to be about 16 was in a residential neighborhood near 3100 South and 300 East when he was shot. The teenager was taken to the hospital in serious condition. The investigation is ongoing, and officials may release more information today. And a Sandy woman was arrested after police in Linden stopped her car and took her boyfriend into custody, and he asked if he could kiss his girlfriend goodbye. Police say the girlfriend, 42-year-old Candida Olson, got out of the driver's seat for the kiss, revealing a small baggie of meth left behind in her driver's seat. Police say Olson knew she was going to jail, so she went ahead and confessed she had a quarter pound of meth tucked into her bra. A female officer was brought in to collect the evidence. And time now for your Wasatch Front forecast, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. If you're putting on a show, you know where to go. The skies will be partly sunny in northern Utah today with a high at 55 degrees. But don't get too comfortable. We can expect a cold snap tomorrow with highs driving to a chilly 41 degrees. Could Mother Nature be trying to remind us that this is February when the average high is in the low to mid 40s? That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. Hanging out with John yesterday from All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We were taping something. He had to leave halfway through. You know why? Someone's basement was full of... You know what I'm talking about. Had to go save him. And that's what he is. Doesn't wear a cape. Maybe he should. But if you're looking for help, and by the way, it's kind of like a veterinarian. You want the name of a veterinarian in your phone. You don't want your dog or animal to get sick or hurt and then go, oh, Google, where's a veterinarian? No, you want to go to All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. You can go to allutahplumbingheatingair.com, but have it in your phone. In case of emergencies, you already have the number, all right? All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. All right, so you're going to tell me a great story about a...
Tell me something good. This one's an amazing one.
Who's this brought to us?
Just because the synchronicity of this. It's brought to you by Always Black Friday, where they are 30 to 75% off every day. By the way, they're in 12th Street in Ogden. Go online, take a look at their inventory. They have amazing things, and it changes every day. Okay, 6 months ago, George Dawkins had been walking down a sidewalk, Hyannisport, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
You know that area.
Yeah.
You're from there.
They have sidewalks.
Yes, they do. And he went into cardiac arrest and fell to the ground.
Not a good thing.
His heart stopped before he even hit the pavement, and for 28 minutes, he was dead.
Okay, so 28 minutes is, what is it, 4?
Here's the deal.
4 minutes that you start getting problems.
Yeah, brain damage. And yeah. So here's the deal, though. He's only alive to tell the tale because of the Champ House. Now, the Champ House is basically a faith-based shelter in Hyannisport where homeless people are going into transitional housing, and then they move into their own place. And they teach them a lot of different skills. Well, one of those things happens to be CPR. And it just so happened that Austin Davis was inside drinking coffee.
Right.
And he had literally learned CPR like 2 days before.
It was still fresh.
At Champ House. So
fresh in his
he heard him
brain.
shout, and so he raced out. He's like, okay. Gets down, starts the chest compressions, the staying alive pace.
Right.
And he's working on him. He keeps going it till someone comes close enough for him to be able to shout for help, like call 911, because he's like, I don't have a phone, I'm homeless, I can't. So he's still doing this. He does it for 20 minutes before the paramedics can arrive and get him into the ambulance. Now, George, our dear friend who had the cardiac arrest, had 100% blockage in his LAD artery. I believe this is the Widowmaker, the same one that we went through with you.
Yeah.
It's almost always fatal. That's why they call it the Widowmaker, which is such a charming nickname. Yeah, especially when you're the possible widow here.
Of it.
Well, after 18 more minutes of CPR and defibrillator shocks, they finally got a pulse out of George.
So that's 28 minutes plus 18.
No, that's all together. No one could believe it, George said. The ambulance folks didn't believe it. The doctors didn't believe it. They said, if you're in a hospital and you have an LAD blockage in the hospital, you won't survive, even if you're in the hospital. But as a means of thanking Davis for saving their father from death, George's kids, started a GoFundMe page. And it was interesting because they got to know this man really well, invited him over to dinner, wanted to know more. How can we thank you? They said, Austin's not a drinker. He doesn't do drugs. He's well put together. He has a lovely personality. And I feel that he can rise above the situation with our help.
As everyone can.
She wrote, he's doing everything right to escape his circumstantial homelessness, and the hurdle is tremendous because the odds of escaping homelessness are about as bleak as walking away from a heart attack.
Wow.
So the family has since then been able to raise $15,000. They got him a 2012 Toyota Corolla, security deposit and rent for an apartment, health insurance, gas cards.
Holy mackerel.
And
he's better prepared for life than I am.
And he already had a job. He was working part-time at a hotel. He couldn't do more because he couldn't get reliable transportation.
Sure.
But once he got his car, they said, you're full-time, we're thrilled to have you.
Boom.
And the general manager said, Austin is one of the best investments our hotel has ever made. Dead for 28 minutes, and he saved him.
Check your cholesterol.
And look at the odds, the circumstantial odds of having a heart attack right in front of this home.
Right.
And inside is a man who literally took CPR like 2 days before.
Still fresh in his brain.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
That's
all right,
a gorgeous story.
Crazy Tony is here,
Tony Treebeard Abbott, our outdoor specialist.
Yeah, he's got the big show coming up, and we're going to talk about that. But also adventures for you and your family and what is going on. Because spring's starting to get here. I was in my garage.
Spring wasn't here in January, let's be honest.
The camping gear was looking at me, calling my name. We'll talk to him next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com any time of the day or night?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Happy Black Friday! Tony Abbott here at the Western Hunting Conservation Expo at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. We're going to talk with several folks here about what it is that they have to offer and what you can find for your next outdoor adventure. I'm here with Brian Mayman, who owns what?
Rolling Bones Outfitters.
Rolling Bones! And what is Rolling Bones?
We're a booking service nationwide. So we book hunts all over the country. We have representatives in several different states that work on the same software platform. We have vetted outfitters, tip to tail. We know where people are going, what we're sending them into, and what they're getting into in their adventure. And it's just a concierge service at another level.
And Brian, this is a great deal. Of course, this is the Western Hunting Conservation Expo, but next month we have the Big Outdoors Expo down in Orem, and I think Rolling Bones is rolling in. Is that true?
That is correct. We will be there in full.
So you guys, hey, it's Brian, it's Rolling Bones. Check him out, website?
RollingBonesOutfitters.com.
RollingBonesOutfitters.com. Let's keep this rolling. here with Chris French with First Draw Archery. Chris, what is First Draw Archery?
First Draw Archery is a program to where we want to set up young individuals between the ages of 2 and 99 to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. we want to plant the seeds for hunting or even competition.
Now, I've known you for a few years, and this year you'll be at my show next month down in Provo or Orem at the UCCU Center. It's the Big Outdoors Expo, and you'll be bringing this archery target and these flags. Tell us just a quick thing about these flags.
As a veteran, I wanted to show what our country has went through with scars. We all have scars. Some of our scars are hidden, but I wanted to reflect what we have in our wood and in our flag. So this is how I portray our flag. Each star is hand carved and it reflects the states. Our state borders are not, they're unique.
Awesome. Chris French with First Draw Archery. You'll see him at the Big Outdoors Expo down in Orem, March 9th and 10th.
So what are you doing?
I'm here looking for a fishing trip at Pybus Point Lodge, Alaska. Can you help me with that?
Of course I can help you with that.
Jody Jorgensen, one of the owners of Pybus Point Lodge, Alaska. So Jody, this is about year 10 of the lodge for you guys. I've been up there guiding for you. We've got the Big Outdoor Expo next month. Pybus Point Lodge is going to be there as well. And what do we offer here?
We're offering Alaska fishing. Everything out on the water, on the salt, every day. Halibut, salmon, yellow eye, lingcod, rockfish, everything that Alaska has to offer.
And I hear we get to eat a lot of that.
Oh yeah, you're not, I mean, you got to come to Alaska and eat Alaska fish. So not only fish, but crab and shrimp, so, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Jody, what's the website so people can catch you?
Sure, it's www.pybus.com.
Pybus.com is at it. Here we are with Jody Jorgensen, one of the owners of Pybus Point Lodge, Alaska. She will be at the Big Outdoors Expo with this awesome booth, and you can book a trip to come fishing even as early as this year, can't you?
We're booking 2018 and 2019. We're ready to go.
Thanks, Jody.
Oh my goodness! He just attacked that! Oh dude! That is freaking awesome!
There's about a 5.5, 6 foot octopus. Come back well, 10 yards.
Oh man, Tony's back. Tony Abbott, how are you? Man, oh man! Every time I watch some of your videos and stuff like that, I always think I'm not doing anything. I got to get out more.
You're reporting on it all.
I know.
That's the important part, isn't it? I simply just do it.
Great. I'm in my garage cleaning up my garage, and all my camping equipment is there. All my fishing equipment is there, and I'm like, snowshoes are there. And I go, did I go snowshoeing? No. Was there any snow? No. But I would have if there was.
You know, Todd, you're the prime example.
Yes.
Of, this is going to sound wrong, what's wrong with America?
Is it really all my fault?
No, but my point is here you are active.
I got the gear.
Grew up, you've got all the gear, you have a passion for it.
Uh-huh.
But guess what?
Uh-huh.
You get everything else prioritized,
right,
and that slips down the list.
No one else makes time for you to go fishing.
No.
Right?
And you love camping.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Erin are prime, because you're like, we've got a camper.
We've done
this.
Yeah, right.
We have the ability, we have the love, and then for whatever reason, Todd, we push it back.
Right.
Because something else becomes
life
more important.
has crushed you. But that's not life. That is not life, is it? Life is going out there and doing it.
I think you and Erin have it figured out.
Yeah, I think
I really do. And when I get to watch what you guys do and show about the activities and things that go on, not just with my event, but life in general, it's like, you know what? There's a whole bunch out there to go see and do.
We already, Christmas and New Year's, we made a resolution that we are going to go camping like 2 weekends a month.
Good.
And, you know, we can do it locally. You can go in the Uintas. You can go up Mirror Lake Highway. You can go so many places that are so close. Or in North Temple, there's a really good one by the liquor store.
I don't think I've been to that.
You probably don't want to.
Is that one free 99?
Yeah, but they have group showers. No, don't.
Whoa!
First of all...
Good thing the missus isn't here today, right? She's under the weather.
She's not feeling well.
What did you do for her for the big Valentine's Day?
I locked her in a room so I wouldn't get sick. Boom.
My man.
Because I care.
You know, that's pure love. Can I just say this?
It is.
My wife tells me, don't get me flowers.
Right.
Don't get me chocolates. Don't even wish me Valentine's Day. If you need a reason to do that, it's a lame holiday. Oh. Dude, she's a saint. Wow. One day we'll get her in here.
I'd like to meet.
Yeah, but then you'll say, "What are you doing with him?"
I mean, we all think that now. We haven't met her. All right, so I just want to talk about the scheme of things, the scale of things, because a lot of people are going to go to the expo.
Oh, yes.
Coming up.
That's March 9th and 10th at the UCCU Center on UVU campus in Orem.
Now, I'm going to walk in there, and I'm going to see some guy with video running, and he's going the rapids, and he's catching salmon, and he's in Alaska, and I go, that's a big deal.
You know, it's even more than a big deal, and even something cooler, because sometimes Alaska still seems a far reach to people.
It does.
But I'll tell you what I focused on this year. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I've got, I think now, over a dozen of the local tourism departments.
Oh, right.
St. George and Kanab and Fish Lake, and they're all coming to this show. And the reason they're coming is they want to promote what is there to do in this county, in this area. Because, you know, you're right. We can't all jump up and run to Alaska for a week or 6.
Right.
But what we can do is what you just said. We can go for a day or 2 days or 3 days. And I want that to be like, hey, come to Goblin Valley. Come to Bryce Canyon.
Goblin's
Come to Bear Lake. I mean, you've been to all these places.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat Utah when it comes to outdoor activities.
And you know what? I think, and we say this every single time. You go and you pack the car and you get the food, which I kind of enjoy the process, but you get the kids and then you get there and you sit down, and the moment you start a fire and you sit down in front of a campfire, you're like, why? Why did we wait so long?
A campfire is so good for the soul.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And you hit the nail on the head. When you get there,
boom,
you think, why did I wait?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's worth all the packing. It's worth all the screaming. It's worth the teardown.
Yep.
Because for that moment, you sit there and you look right into that fire and you go, wow.
Yeah. It's no cool. Ice Road Truckers, but it's a good thing.
I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the outdoors is.
It's way cool.
If you don't like the outdoors, that's a you problem. I mean, that's true. And it doesn't matter what it is you're doing outdoors. I don't care if you're feeding the ducks or taking pictures of the flowers or watching the mountain goats or fishing or whatever it is.
You know, my theory on this is if everyone liked the same thing, there'd be no parking. Ooh. So people who maybe don't like the outdoors make more room for those who do.
You know what? That's pretty
good.
There you go. I don't like downtown. I'm making more room for you.
There you go. If I have to go, I will. All right. So the expo, how many vendors are we talking?
So the main floor, I think I've got 3 spots left. Literally only 3 spots left. Okay. I've got some more up on the top floors.
Right.
I just picked up a great company. I've never heard of these guys before, and they're a smart trampoline. Have you heard of this? Mm-mm. Smart trampoline, and it's a safer trampoline.
Right.
It's got the games involved in it.
Right.
They're setting up 2 big trampolines right next to Scales and Tails. You guys had it here last week.
The animals,
the kids can jump for free while you're there and show this way to keep people safer. But it looks like a trampoline. I don't know what smart means. Maybe it's like, I don't know.
It's too late for us.
It's above my pay grade.
That's right.
So, you know, we've got that activity.
Obviously,
we've got that stuff. I was at the Hunt Expo this last weekend, and we say Hunt Expo, but there's a lot of other things there. Some guys came from Idaho, and they make these, you've seen the metal decors, powder coating things that, like...
They're cut out.
Yeah, cut out of everything.
Right.
And he's just like, dude, I got to be at your show.
Right.
I'm like, dude, you'll kill it.
Right.
You know, a guy's making these American flags out of wood. And
I saw those.
They're so scenic.
I saw those on the video. Yeah.
And then, you know, you got all the little kid things. I mean, some guy came up with samurai swords. I'm like, what are you going to do with that?
Go outside. Better outside than in. All
right. It's top to bottom. If you want to come, you're finding something that you want. I mean, that's just the bottom line as far as that goes.
Give them the date.
The date is March 9th and 10th.
And the website?
The website is thebigoutdoors.com.
Okay.
And we got something that we've added this year.
Go ahead.
And I hope you're around because I may know someone that can get you some tickets to it.
Nice.
The show runs noon to 9 on Friday.
Right.
And it runs 9 to 6 on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
We close down starting at 7.
Which day?
That's on Saturday night.
Okay.
It closes at 6, get some teardown and stuff. Starting at 7, we got a rock and roll band, Riff Raff. It's going to be awesome.
But I thought it's over.
Oh, no. It's only just begun.
Why?
I wish we had that music. We've only just begun.
We can't pay rights on it, so.
Okay,
but no one will recognize it from you singing, so we're safe.
At about 8 to 8:15,
right,
we have a pretty popular guy.
Who is it?
Jay Moore.
No.
Comedian Jay Moore. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's right
Orem?
there. In Orem, Utah. You might know him
funny.
as Bob Sugar off the movie with Tom Cruise. Now my mind just went blank.
No, I know which one.
But he was the sports agent.
Right.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Yes, show me the money.
So he's going to be there
He's
doing
performing
stand-up.
Saturday night. It's awesome. Tickets are $25 on Smith Tix. Get on there. Buy your ticket. It's general admission. You're going to want to get there early for the event. But Jay's coming out, and I mean, what a fun way to end everything.
That's right.
Huh? It's
right.
A little ho ho ho. But he does a Christopher Walken impression.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
And an Adam Sandler.
No, I've seen it.
You could probably do one.
No, I can't.
No,
But
serious.
what I can do is tell them your website again, which is
thebigoutdoors.com. www.thebigoutdoors. You got two cameras. Which one do I look at?
Doesn't matter. Get some plaid. Show up. Tony, thank you so much.
It's good to say, hey, take care of the missus.
You should wash your hands now. I might be infected. We'll be back right after this. Hello, we're back. The Todd and Erin morning stream of Get Part Day. Oh, this is an awesome story. It's a mature subject. It's mature.
It's super mature.
This is a book that has been banned, not just in Texas, my friends. It has been banned since 1790. It's Georgian. It's Georgian. Anytime you say Georgian, you know it's old. Not from Georgia.
Georgian.
This is not a manual about being romantic.
Okay.
But it's guidelines.
Back then, I'm assuming that was probably a fairly necessary thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Paraphrase.
First thing is, it just says, don't lie with beasts.
This is 300 years ago. That might actually have been a very specific admonition that was required. I'm just saying.
Number 2, this is not in order. Stare at your husband. Creepy, isn't it? The reason,
at you?
Well, if you stare at your husband, the baby that you're working on will look like your husband.
Seriously?
1790, folks.
Like if I looked at the milkman, well, they probably didn't have milkmen in the 1790s. So if I happened to glance at the milkman, my baby who came from you would look like the milkman?
First of all, why is the milkman in our bedroom?
He's not.
Number 2.
Well, no. Okay, if you're putting it in the bedroom, then that would be if I looked at the arrangement of flowers, our kid would look like an arrangement of flowers. That makes no logical sense.
The book is clear.
Go on.
This is romantic because it's Valentine's Day.
Sure is.
If you want a boy or a girl.
Okay.
This is interesting. Your boy or girl, the mom should go her left side for a boy, and then her right side for a girl.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that one.
That's probably...
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that one or that one.
Don't do that one.
Or that
Definitely
one.
not that one either.
Oh, my gosh.
No, not that one.
Yeah, you're right. Eat the right things. Root vegetables and songbirds.
The songbirds are like, what?
When did this start? Chickadee, chickadee, chickadee. Why songbirds?
That's so sad.
Why songbirds?
And the chickens are like, do we qualify? Because we're just curious.
We're not singing. We are not singing. I can't do this one either. All right, so, here it is.
Songbirds and root vegetables.
Here it is. And I think all women, everywhere, mostly, will understand this. Don't run off. This is to the men. Don't run off.
Stay and have a chat for a minute and let's just ask how your day went.
Cuddle.
See, that's really sad that even 300 years ago they had to explain that. Cuddling is good.
After all, it's polite.
You know, they always have stories about going back in time, and most of them tend to be very romantic, like on Showtime, you know, with the Scottish woman who goes back in time. And
right.
You think about a modern sensibility, and then going back in time, you're like, no, I'd have to kill everybody.
This isn't good. This isn't what they said.
I'd be sitting women down going, look, it's not like this. And they'd be like, no.
You're a geek.
I am totally.
I am going to run through. We're going to do this maybe out of order.
Now, I would like to
Richard, but keep with the ones you have. Because she needs a bigger challenge than this. Now, I'll start off with the easy one. Richard, you're on this one.
There's certain ones you know, too, though. All right, go on.
Who's going to turn down a Junior Mint? It's chocolate. It's peppermint. It's delicious. Who said that?
Head shaking. Oh, Kramer, Seinfeld.
Show him. And that is, very nice.
You know why? You remember his head thing. You know how he gets all excited when he does that? Yeah. Okay, go on.
All right, now this, you only have to do the movie on these, okay?
Okay.
Red Rum.
Oh, Shining. Hello.
Okay.
Poor little Danny.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Danny Torrance. That was the first Jaws. Roy Scheider said it when the shark surfaced and he went, yeah. And I think it was right then that the captain actually took a baseball bat to his emergency radar so they couldn't call for help. Yeah.
Nice job. Why a duck? Why not a chicken? This is old. You won't get this one. This is way old. This is old classic. Marx Brothers.
Oh, I should have known.
A bear in its natural habitat. A Studebaker. Fozzie said it. Who was it?
Oh, it's Muppets, of course.
Muppets. Jim, he's dead.
Well, Star Trek, duh.
No matter where you go, there you are.
Buckaroo Banzai and His Adventures Across the Fifth Dimension, the movie that made me realize I loved you for all time and eternity.
Explain why.
Okay, Buckaroo Banzai, if you haven't seen this, is like this epic cult movie from the early 80s. And at one point when Todd and I were first working together, like in the first 6 months, I said, what's that watermelon doing there? And he went, oh, Buckaroo Banzai. And I went, oh, I have to love you forever. Because it was such a random quote, and the fact that he knew it, I was like, we were meant to be.
And that's, I'd like to do an impression of me back then.
Mm-hmm. He had that long, flowing Braveheart hair. Not a mullet, but it was long and magnificent and a mane.
Bright light, bright light. Wait, give them a chance.
Crap, I know this one.
No, you guys do it.
Put it on Facebook if you know it. Bright light, bright light. Crap. I know this one. Is it Poltergeist?
No.
Damn.
Gremlins.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
The Big Lebowski.
You are a nerd.
Hey, cut it out, man. There's a beverage involved here. That rug really pulled the room together.
All right, I've lost my place. Where am I?
We're talking about the wedding dress. This is so cool. I had a chance
right.
to talk to her. You know, the only good thing about the fact that I have to now contact everybody before we can use their video and their images is I actually get to hear the story from them and how much fun it was. And this is amazing. Anne is such a sweetheart. This is Amy, actually. Now, when you get married, you have plans. You're like, I'm gonna wear my. Look at that face. Isn't it adorable?
Hi, Amy.
Engaged. She's like, I want to wear my mom's veil because it's really pretty and it's going to go perfectly with my mom's sleeveless dress. And
so she's wearing the whole outfit from her mom.
Yeah,
How
so
cool
her mom
is that?
Patty wore it at her 1985 wedding. Her auntie Lynn as well. That's kind of like me and Julie's dress. So now that she was engaged to her fiance, it was her turn. She was all excited. So she went to her grandmother's. Isn't that pretty?
Mom.
And she went to her grandmother's attic to pick it out. Now, all of the girls know this as I do. When you finally done with your dress, you get it professionally dry cleaned.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And then there's the ceremonial box where they like mold it around a dress form so that it's all laid out and exquisite.
It looks like a box that cupcakes come in.
Yeah, and you pull back the little flap, and there's the clear cellophane where you can see the perfectly molded dress.
First time I ever saw it.
It's very cute.
It's like Lennon is buried in one of those.
So after 3 decades, she went up, found the big box, gigantic box, staggered back downstairs, and then lifted the flap. And it was the wrong dress.
What do you mean it's the wrong dress?
So for 30 years in her grandmother's attic,
she kept the wrong dress.
They had the wrong dress. When they went to the dry cleaners 30 years ago, they had made a mistake and given them the wrong dress.
Oh, no.
So that meant somebody else has her mother's dress and veil.
But do they know? That's the weird thing.
So she's freaking out. So poor Amy goes to Facebook and said, I'm now in search of the owner of this gown. I would hate for someone not to have their mother's dress. But she goes, I would really, really like to have ours.
Right.
Less than 24 hours later, a woman named Jen Glenn saw Amy's post, recognized the dress and the veil in the box.
How would 30 years later? How would you recognize a dress?
She recognized the dress and the veil belonging to her family friend Michelle, and then Michelle had realized she had brought the wrong garments in 2013 when her basement had flooded, and she had opened up her wedding dress box, and so it was like crap. And so it was funny. She goes, I was stunned. I never thought I'd see it again, and this was 5 years ago. And so she got to be reunited with her dress. And the dry clean. Here's the frustrating part. Obviously, it's the dry cleaner's fault, and they're frustrated, and that's irritating as heck. But the dry cleaner's even closed, and after 30 years, there's just no way of tracking it. So God bless Amy. She's still trying to go through options, and so she was happy she could give that dress back to somebody to whom it was really important.
Right.
But unfortunately, the dress that they opened from the flood was not hers. Meaning there's at least a three-way switch now. Where
Switcheroo,
somebody still has Amy's dress.
Right.
She's got somebody else's dress that was destroyed in the flood, but thank heavens, her dress got to go back to the original owner. So now we're all still looking for Amy's dress.
You know what I find weird about
30 years ago.
I find that this lady is looking for a dress from 30 years ago. Throws it up on Facebook. Next thing you know, she gets response on it. Next thing you know, everyone's united. I go on Facebook and I ask what herb goes in potato salad, and I get nothing. Just saying.
Sorry, baby.
She finds a dress out of nowhere. These people could have moved to Guam. Never seen her Facebook, although they do have Guam Facebook.
Everyone has Facebook.
Kansas, I'm going to take you to Kansas. Let's go. What do you think qualifications would be to be a governor? You would need governing experience, right?
An IQ, some sort of administrative experience,
business sense, being able
some
to
sort of personality,
relate to others, work together, right?
Understanding of social mores and behavior.
I would imagine that representing a certain part of the population or understanding the rest would be very important. So in Kansas, they've got a candidate that's going for governor, and there's only one problem, one small little problem is that this hope to be governor keeps peeing on fire hydrants.
Is this like that weird story about that lady jogger in Colorado?
No.
Okay.
No. See, one of these guys who was kind of fed up with the whole system, decided that he'd go and look at the statute and the rules for governor and entering people as a candidate. And then he didn't see anything that says you can't nominate a dog. So he did.
He nominated his dog?
Yep. Office of the governor.
He looks like he almost belongs there.
See, right? He's got a certain
Excuse me.
a certain dogginess
Seriously.
to do this. And then, of course, they went, oh, that's ridiculous. And then they all went over the paperwork, and they were like, oh, geez, it can be a dog. So,
seriously?
Yes. So they immediately started to, oh, where is it? Here it is. Here, read that right there.
Under Kansas law, there is no law governing the qualifications for governor, not one, Caskey added. So there's seriously nothing on the books that lays out anything. No age, no residency, no experience, nothing. So of course, lawmakers in the state are now considering a bill to add requirements for gubernatorial candidates. But the plan currently under consideration would, number one, require applicants to be, human, yay, and
Yay.
at least 18 years of age. However, the bill's not retroactive, and it cannot affect the 2018 election, meaning
Wait. 18 years old. How many is that in dog years?
I don't know.
A lot.
Because it counts like 7, right?
7, right? But no, he's fine then.
Doesn't matter though. For the 2018, he can still run. There's no laws in effect at this point.
Wouldn't it be weird to lose to a dog? That'd be a sad thing for Kansas. That would be a sad
Actually,
thing.
I think they would show they had a sense of humor, but that's just me.
Coming up next, if you love the movie The Incredibles and you said, I just want more, we'll tell you what's going to happen.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink & McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. They also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
So Jeff, you do mortgages, right?
I do.
How do you do?
Well, you go to our website, 4minutemortgage.com, fill out the application. We'll call you within one business day. The whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
We went to the bank
They got really personal.
and went through all of our personal records and all of our finances.
And then there was that little deal about the $8,000 closing costs.
Took like 4 months.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hollywood time.
Hollywood Connection is brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. Go to Utah Heating and Cooling. They can set up maintenance schedules for you. You never have to worry about anything in your house or business again. Okay, The Incredibles. Now, I've been waiting forever for Incredibles 2. I mean, how long has it been?
A long time.
I mean, at least 10 years, at least, right?
I don't know.
And I mean, absolutely wonderful. Well, they just released this on Twitter. Don't mix your delicates with your indestructibles. And it's the laundry basket, of course, with all of the
Back
stuff on
to
it.
work.
So it's The Incredibles 2. All the original cast is back, which is very, very exciting. Samuel L. Jackson actually has already started work on his side of it. He was the Freeze guy.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is.
I love that man so blasted much.
So that's coming on.
It's going to take place moments after the original with the spotlight now.
Don't ruin it.
Elastigirl.
Don't ruin it. What are you doing? Don't spoil me up. Come on.
I'm just going to tell you where it started.
I don't want to know.
All right.
Don't you like the mystery of life?
You know, we've been talking a lot about old TV shows coming back, and the latest was maybe The Office, although John Krasinski, who was in it, had not heard a word.
And also yesterday on the Travel Channel, Man vs. Food came back, which it shouldn't have.
No, probably not.
It never should have come back.
This one I am so excited about, I can hardly stand it. Do you remember Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? Oh my God, I was so in love with them. They were my favorites. This is basically...
Show me how you do this.
I know, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing jazz hands. I'm so excited.
So is it the
Look,
same crew?
If you notice that picture, that's actually, it's going to be on Netflix now, and they were at a cocktail party with Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant who are from our favorite, the Santa Catalina Diet, which starts this month, by the way.
Sweet.
If you've never seen this on Netflix, it's awesome. So if you never saw the original, basically it's 5 cute gay guys, and they each have their own specialty, like, you know, dressing or hair or whatever, manners, you know, styling your house. And they basically take your average schlumpy guy and they go, we're going to fix you. And by the end of it, this guy is like amazing. So I'm so excited that it's come back. It's going to be so cool. They say that they've gone through a whole bunch of different things. They have experts in food and wine, interior design, culture.
So they have all new guys.
Grooming, fashion, yeah.
Right.
And they say that that's really, really fun. I'm excited. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun to go through this with them.
All right, cool. More time for more information. And I'm going to go outside and eat bacon, but I'm not supposed to tell you that. Oops. Daisy's got information coming up.
She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She's brought to you by Think & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple.
I'll be right back.
Think-McGregor.com. If you're worried about interest rates with all the weirdness in the stock market, go and find out more information. They'll call you back within the next business day and get you started. Also, by the Vein Clinic, go to theveinclinic.com to book your consultation. I'm talking about pain-free varicose vein treatments, and you'll see the difference within like a day or two. It was amazing on my legs. And by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. Just go to brioaudiovisual.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world news headlines Wednesday, February 14th on Gephardt Daily. A high-ranking Chicago police officer was shot and killed Tuesday afternoon while pursuing a suspect. Commander Paul Bauer was shot several times while assisting a tactical team at the Thompson Center downtown, a police spokesman said. At age 53, Bauer had been with the department for 31 years. The suspected shooter was taken into custody. Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson told reporters, "It's a difficult day for us, but we'll get through it." Representative Sam Johnson, a Republican from Texas, has donated a tin cup and toothpaste tube he used as a prisoner of war in Vietnam to a museum, the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. During the donation ceremony, Johnson thanked the museum for preserving the stories of prisoners of war. As Americans, we have so much to be thankful for, including the gift of freedom, Johnson said. As any service member or military family can tell you, that price can be heavy. So let us remember that cost and remember those who pay it first. Johnson spent nearly 7 years as a prisoner of war. And a climber died after a fall from Oregon's Mount Hood on Tuesday, officials said. The climber was critically injured after a fall from between 700 and 1,000 feet and taken to a nearby hospital. The climber, who has not been publicly identified, later died from the injuries. At least 42 people have died attempting to summit Mount Hood since 2002. And now time for another look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. Both northern and southern Utah have a 50% chance of rain or snow today. We need the water, so think stormy thoughts. On Thursday, the chance of precipitation drops to 30%. Then Utah goes dry again. 10% chance of rain or snow for Friday and Saturday. Have a happy Valentine's Day, everyone. For more news from across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you so much. All right, so Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey's looking for a date for her dog. She put up this adorable little picture, and if you can show that, Richard, she showed her cute little picture, and she goes,
what's her plan?
Cha-Cha is looking for a Valentine's date. Any takers? And so this is on Twitter, so of course, the answers got more and more troubling. And but the one that was my favorite, though, someone goes, what's up with the boots?
I so was going to say that.
I've got a close-up of them. What are those exactly?
First of all, you're going to puncture the cushions. Number two.
What's on the bottom? Those are like scrubber pads.
Those are grippers. They're little suction cups so she doesn't fall over.
Seriously? Because those look like the things on the bottom of my vacuum to make sure that it picks up all the dust and dander.
I want to say hooker boots, but that's just me. From what I've been told by the representatives. Those are boots. Those are the kind of boots you don't walk in, right?
No. Those aren't from
Erin's done this. She actually buys boots. Not like that. She buys boots, and we go do a charity thing, and we MC it, and then I end up carrying her to the car, or at least carrying her boots or her shoes.
Beauty is pain, okay? Sorry.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, beauty is pain. That's what we do.
All right.
It's fine.
Those boots, though. So what's her plan with the dog? She's looking
to
long-term relationship, fling.
I think it's an overnighter.
You think so?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think right? I don't see this as a lasting relationship.
What has happened to America and its morals?
All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes, 2 really sad local stories, and one of them involves Granny Zettel, who's like the most awesome broad up in Clinton, and her Volkswagen Bug in her tree. We'll tell you what happened.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink & McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Hello, welcome back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream on GephartDaily.com. They're still debating this. They're still debating this up on the hill about bicycles and cars and how we should intertwine on the freeway, not like by bumpers and grills, not on the roads. Mm-hmm. Utah Yield is what they're going to call it. They're trying to. And it means bicyclists can forego a 90-second wait time at stop signs and treat them as a yield sign instead.
And stoplights as well, yeah.
So the problem is that the bikes are too light to set off the sensors.
Yeah.
Right? So now they're saying you can stop a yield if make sure it's slow down. If it's okay, go. How do you feel about that? I'm going to feel great about it until someone goes over my hood. And not because it's my fault. It's because if I four-way stop and I'm like, got it. Here comes a guy streaming down the hill. And I love bicyclists. I give you 4 feet of clearance when I go around. I wave you through intersections. There's going to be some guy who's going to T-bone me and fly over my car saying the words, "It wasn't a good law." I just don't know. And I understand it's stupid for a bike to stop. I get that. But I think isn't he putting motorists in danger? And what if your window's open? Guess where you're going? You're going in the car. What if there's a small dog on your lap? What happens? Veterinarian, see how it compounds itself.
Do a lot of bicyclists carry their dogs on their laps?
No, in the car.
Oh,
they torpedo through the car. People just don't think things through.
You know, that's why they need you, baby. Well, it's already passed the committee and it's going to the floor for a vote.
So how do you say? What do you say?
Part of it is logical. It's like if you are stopping and there's no one around, or it's a stoplight and you just stop, go. By all means, I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's the ones that speed through and don't stop at all that I worry about, because it's like I can't control it if you're coming at me at 900 miles an hour.
This is true. And you got to stop with 2 pieces of rubber that touch the road that are about this big, because that's how much your bike tire actually grabs the ground. And right here, your tread. And by the way,
because they're really encouraging Salt Lake City, especially, to be a bicyclist-friendly city, and they've done a lot of different lanes on different streets and stuff. And I'm 100% with that, but it's just,
I am too.
You at least have to stop. And their argument is, well, there's a lot of people who don't stop at stop signs in their cars. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but they're driving a 2,000-pound vehicle.
You just made a voice when you did that in a negative fashion. Do it again.
It was just lower, that's all.
Although I'm not going to complain, because I do something called relaxed driving in the morning. And I know a lot of you might do this. You're in your neighborhood, you're driving. In our case, it's 5:45 in the morning, and I go to the 4-way stop. And this 4-way stop actually has some traffic at that hour, because people are going to the university and things like that. And everyone does the thing where they pull up to the 4-way stop and they go, and I'm good. Like 4 cars in a row. 4 cars in a row, just like, and I almost stopped. And they just keep going. And I do the same thing going the other direction. It's that casual, relaxed driving habit that everyone has. And I'm not sure if there's a cutoff point, like 7 a.m. or 6:45, but cops do it. Cops are like, just go lazy, you're good. Relax, don't want to pull a hammy. Just keep driving slowly through everything. And now the bikes can do it. So I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to go with it. Because I respect them.
Talk about Granny Zettel. I'm very upset about this.
Me too.
Very upset.
I don't think it should. I don't think we should. It's in Clearfield.
She lost the fight, and I'm very unhappy.
She lost the fight as an American, standing up for her rights, and yet the man shut her down. This is in Clearfield. She's a lovely woman. Did you talk to her?
Yeah, we told. I actually talked to the photographer who's been helping her.
Yeah.
And we talked about this story about a month ago, where they had this long-going battle with the city, saying they have a Volkswagen bug in a tree. If you want to show the picture.
Go ahead and look.
And it's
Volkswagen.
I mean, the engine's out of it and everything, and I'm still amazed. I'm still wondering how they got the Volkswagen in the tree.
Easy, we could do that in a weekend.
But people have complained, saying it's an eyesore.
Neighbors.
And it's a bug in a tree. It's adorable.
Now, if you look at the front of her house, it's very bohemian-like. It's very artsy. It's got the flow and something non-traditional. Hence the bug in the tree.
Well, apparently they've been trying to claim that it's a nuisance vehicle, because if you get that designation in a city ordinance, then they can do basically anything they want.
It's a bug.
And apparently they did get to have the city ordinance of a nuisance vehicle, so now they took away Granny Zettel's. Took away her bug.
What's next? Welfare.
I just feel really
Medicare.
I just feel bad about it.
I do too.
I really like.
Yeah, let's all look the same. Paint our houses the same colors.
Let's all go stucco. Tan stucco.
Let's all go tan stucco.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 plants in the yard, not 5. 4. That's just sad. Although
they did fight fiercely for years, but it's
gives
gone.
a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, what was it called? A nuisance what?
A nuisance vehicle.
We need a plane fuselage. Because have you ever heard the word nuisance plane? Never. So I want you to GoFundMe. I want you to get on there and Clearfield plane entry. That's it. I'm going to start it this afternoon.
That is epic.
It is epic,
I would
isn't
totally
it?
donate to that.
I don't know how I came up with it.
I would totally donate to that.
I would too.
I'm actually going to text her and ask because I would
Dude,
totally donate to that.
We will.
What are the little small, like Piper Cubs or something? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Just one half of a wing. You only need a half a wing. It crashed in a tree.
That is really cool.
Thank you. And then,
baby, you are
I have my
brilliant.
moments, don't I?
I know, right? That was good.
That's so awesome. And then if they can bug with that, we do submarines. Okay, so you guys have a great time.
Oh, no. There's one more threat. Oh, no. There is a threat you have not addressed.
I know all about this, too. Isn't that weird? Because I watch documentaries.
This was the most random thing ever. Are you serious?
It's not. Bakersfield, California. There's a new warning. Giant rodents, 20-pounders, running the streets. What's it look like to you, Erin?
A beaver.
San Joaquin Valley. Yes. It
Look,
does look like a beaver.
It's got the little things. Like,
It's got the whiskers, got the ears,
It
got
looks
the
mean,
eyes.
though.
Yeah. No tail, though. It's
So
got
it's
a little,
not a beaver.
Little spiky. Yeah.
It's not a vole. Voles don't have that kind of fur.
No,
right?
nutria. It's a nutria.
I have never heard of a nutria.
I know. And a bunch of cities actually have them in the South. And they actually have cops driving around the back of pickup trucks with 22 rifles trying to take them out. What could go wrong there? What could go wrong?
It's a 20-pound
Cops
rodent.
driving around with rifles in the back of a truck during a busy in a city.
Well, they have rifles in the back of the truck.
All right, here's some of the problems. Up to 20 pounds, okay? They can consume 25% of their body weight of vegetation a day and destroy 50 times that, getting to the food they want to eat. The worst thing is they don't taste very good.
So you can't even, hunt them for food.
You can't. Anyway, it's causing health problems and all this stuff. And as the invasive species, they keep growing. They keep going to new areas. So, life as we know it is over. Dogs and cats living together. All right. So we've warned you today. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. If things don't work out quite as like you wanted them to with your special person, Erin and I are doing a do-over for maybe later this weekend. There's a suggestion for you.
When it's no longer the Collard House of Pestilence, that would be good.
And congratulations to the Utah, the Olympic teams. Shaun White getting the gold. Now we have large rodents and cars being taken out of trees.
We have mustache nail files.
We have. Oh, you know what we should do? Hang on.
Everything is coming together.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So I'm going to take this, and would you hold up the presents that we got?
First was the bag of unicorn farts.
Right.
They were quite delicious, surprisingly. This was the tender and loving card that Todd thought I should have.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. This was a cautionary tale from one of our friends who gave this to his Jewish girlfriend, forgetting apparently that she was Jewish.
Nice.
Do we have the medieval dress here?
Sure. Where's your spoon?
Oh, and so here's today's gift from Todd.
Still don't understand the shoes thing. I'm gonna go see Daisy because she got those.
That's got to make you feel better about your present by now, right?